Welcome back to another edition of the 3 Up, 3 Down podcast, a Dodgers Nation production. Be sure to check out all the great content on DodgersNation.com and the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel, where you can find the flagship Blue Heaven podcast and Dodgers Dugout with Doug McCain. You can find me, your host for this 5-minute Dodger podcast. My name is Eric Yulo. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. That is at EEULAU. We're going to touch on three things today, because that's the podcast. We touch on three things. We're going to talk about Chris Taylor and how badass he's been. We're going to talk about how average the bullpen's been. And we're going to talk about how rough Kershaw's last two starts have been and how we should not overreact to them. It's early. It's two bad starts. And we're going to talk about a stat that kind of points to a little bit of bad luck in the defense not really supporting Kershaw. I'm recording this Sunday afternoon. The Dodgers just recorded the final out, losing to the Braves 4-2 to lose the series 2-1 to the Atlanta Braves. Not exactly what we were looking for. But let's get into it. Just the Chris Taylor magnum opus, the coup de grace, a masterful at bat earlier this week, a 14-pitch at bat with the game tied 3-3. And I think it's just shows the maturation of Chris Taylor as a hitter. Fouling balls off, he knows he probably can't put in play, taking the balls, and then just bulleting this marvelous 3-run double down in that gap to get the Dodgers the lead and really power them to this victory. And I know the Dodgers have a lot of star power. We all know that. You have Cody Bellinger, you have Mookie Betts, you have Trevor Bauer, you have Kershaw, you have Buehler. I'm probably missing someone there because there's just so many of them. But the guy who gets overlooked a lot is still Chris Taylor. And he's 24th in WAR right now for the league. So he's a top, if you're a big WAR person, that means he's a top 25 hitter in the league right now. He should absolutely be an all-star. And I don't care if it's outfield or second base or shortstop or whatever. He deserves to be an all-star. And this is the best he has ever been to start a season. This is March through May stats. That is his average for his career and then what he did this year. You look at the walk rate. He clearly has a very good sense of the strike zone. You saw that with that 14-pitch at bat against the Cardinals. You look at the power numbers. You look at the RBI, being able to cash runners in and be a big part of this offense and really limiting his strikeouts, which have been problematic for him in the past. But this is the best he has ever been. I'm calling my congressperson, my state legislature, or whatever if he doesn't make the all-star team. I doubt it'll do anything, but it'll make me feel better. But absolutely deserves to be an all-star. Not enough can be said about Chris Taylor. His just being available and what he's done on the field. Top 25 guy in the league right now. Check the stats. Check the tape, as they like to say. Now, something that's not as awesome as Chris Taylor right now is the Dodgers bullpen. And yes, I know they're missing Corey Knebel. And yes, I know they missed Jimmy Nelson came back this weekend. They're missing him. David Price has been in and out. Brusdar Graterol has been non-existent this year. And Jansen can't pitch on back-to-back days. And Blake Tryon has not looked really good as of late. And their inability to keep games close late in games has been a problem for the Dodgers. And if this team wants to go back-to-back, which obviously they do, this is the weakest link right now. And you look at their ability to strand runners, the left on base percentage is not good. They're 29th. I think they're only ahead of the Cincinnati Reds, which is not good. You don't want to be 29th in anything. The strikeouts, they look solid there. The walks, they look okay. They look horrible there. Sorry, they're 24th there. The strikeouts are good. The ERA is solid, and so is the WHIP. But Buster only said it because this team is already above the CBT. They're already above the luxury tax. They're absolutely going to go shopping for a reliever. And I think on top of the only report, it's Andrew Friedman. He always tinkers with the bullpen at the deadline. So I don't think this is a finished product. I think the Dodgers know that, and they know that they need to help the bullpen. The starting pitching has been great. The hitting has been solid as of late, thanks to Chris Taylor and Max Muncy and a few other guys. But the relievers are still a problem for the Dodgers, and I think it's a problem for every playoff team. You can never have too many quality arms in the bullpen. They're going to go out and get someone, maybe even two. All right, let's talk about it. Clayton Kershaw, back-to-back bad starts, had a horrendous start against the Giants, 5 earned. Yesterday was kind of another blow-up, although he got through 6 innings, but just getting tagged up lately. His ERA, last 2 starts, 7.5. And the WHIP is not good. The strikeouts are solid. K over 9, 11.25. That's rock solid. But the stat I think that shows we shouldn't be too worried about Clayton Kershaw and just 2 bad starts, still kind of in the early part of the season here, is the FIP, which stands for Fielding Independent Pitching, which creates an approximate ERA. And what it does is it takes the outcomes, it removes the defense, fielding independent. So it only counts walks, hit by a pitch, home runs, and strikeouts, takes that number and then takes out, then factors in if there were average outcomes for balls in play, which if you look at the BABIP, it's not average right now. Guys are getting very, very lucky on balls in play with Clayton Kershaw right now. So that is his fielding independent pitching. A lot of people like it better than ERA because it's really a true measure of run prevention for a pitcher. So the FIP looks solid. I know 3.8 ERAs, 8.0 ERA is not where we want Kershaw, but look, he's going to come back. It's Clayton Kershaw. I mean, let's not freak out here. It's just 2 bad starts. So I'm already over my time, my friends. Thank you for watching. As always, go Dodgers. Hopefully we can sweep the Pirates, and I will see you on the other side.